to the eastern side of the country today, to St. Thomas. Some call it the remote parish to a small goat farmer, Mr. Benjamin. I call him Mr. Middleton Cup. He's always talking about Middleton Cup. Love football, I guess. Well, Liberty Motive says small because every time I go in there, he keeps expanding. You know, as he plans to further improve his infrastructure to increase his breeding female population. So, well, you know, medium size going large scale, I guess, Mr. Benjamin. So today we have a vaccination program going on, Covaxin 8. You know, the veterinarians can better tell you about it, but I think it protects you against some Clostridium species bacteria that is known to cause like tetanus and blackleg. You know, it does occurs in Jamaica, probably in the regions. So it's one of those important vaccines that, you know, we recommend to farmers, especially to mothers and to wean kids. But also we're going to introduce the Hypro free choice mineral selection today. We're introducing the block version today, the fully trace mineral blocks that provides a whole spectrum of minerals from your calcium down to trace minerals like selenium and even provide some vitamins. So let's see how today goes when we try to introduce this, if the animals will actually take to it. Why block though, people might ask, because we have two versions. We have the block version and we have the granular version. The block version I would recommend for farmers to introduce it to them. It's a bit easier to manage. The animals can lick it. The granular formula requires a little bit more infrastructure, as in I would recommend using, you know, a holding bay that you can actually clean properly, allow moisture inside of it, because eventually if moisture gets to the granular form, it becomes very hard, and that now limits access for them to actually pick up the granular form. The granular form to me actually works in a TMR mix also. When I can have it, you know, in a homogeneous mix inside a ration, I think it's better consumed like that using the granular form. So for now, we introduce the block to Mr. Benjamin and see how well these animals take to it. Well, what is evident is the drought. The place is dry. But welcome to St. Thomas. It's a forgotten gem, you know. Wow, it's dry. The drought is coming, guys. Stock up. So, we're here in St. Thomas now. The grass loaded up, ready. And we link up with Miss Peter Gay. That's the RADA extension officer for the area in St. Thomas. My little colleague, we travel together sometime in St. Thomas. Alright, so we're ready to do a vaccination, and we have Peter Gay as well, so our RADA extension officer for the area. You know, my colleague in crime. So I'm now following Miss Watson to one of the small farmer in her zone here in St. Thomas. And as you can see, it's like a one-way street. As she said, Khalil Road is pretty bad, you know. So, St. Thomas stories.
Yes, please.